Good morning. My name's Tommy Steele, and I attend Trinity Church, and this is the Lent reading for Thursday, April the 17th. Today, my passage was Luke 22. Any of you that have attended Trinity very much know that every year Brother Steve encourages us to pick a word of the year. And I've never really done that, but this year I've just kind of had one thrown on to me, and the word that I've had this year has been relationship. And there's a couple passages in Luke 22 that made me think of the relationship with Jesus, and I want to share those. Luke 22:15, when they're talking about the Lord's Supper, as we refer to it now, it says, "And he said to them, I have eagerly desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer." And I thought about Jesus saying to the disciples, I have eagerly desired to eat with you. If you're a Christian, if you've accepted Christ and you are now a disciple, I believe that Jesus has that same attitude towards us. I think he eagerly desires to spend time with us, to be with us, to have a relationship with us. But I want to go on through the passage after you think about that. So that's what Jesus says, eagerly desires. And then the following passage in the same chapter, it talks about how the disciples weren't able to stay awake when Jesus was praying. And then one of the most famous things is towards the end of the chapter, it talks about the relationship that Peter has with Jesus. We know how close Peter was with Jesus, but at the end of the chapter is when Peter denies Jesus 3 times after Jesus predicted it. And when he heard the rooster crow, it says in verse 62, it says, "And he went outside and wept bitterly." And I want to try to encourage you this morning. I know that a lot of times we let Jesus down. We do things that we know aren't pleasing. And after the fact, when we think back and, just like when Peter, we may not hear a rooster like Peter did, but there's something that reminds us that we messed up. And so we're disappointed and we're down and we feel awful because we know how much he's done for us. And we didn't give back what he gave us. And so we feel bad. And I want you to know that Peter went outside and he wept bitterly. And sometimes we feel like crying because we've let Jesus down. And that's okay. It's all right. That's part of a relationship. Sometimes in a relationship, one or the other mess up. And when they do, they feel bad about it. And it's okay to feel bad when we mess up. But I also want you to think about Peter's future from that point. Peter went on to be the cornerstone that the church was built on. And so I want to encourage you by letting you know that no matter what you've done, no matter how bad you've messed up, people say, God can still use you, but I want you to know that God can still use you in a mighty way. Peter was one of the most influential people after the death of Jesus in the rest of the Bible. And so if you've messed up, don't beat yourself up. Don't feel like you can't. Just ask for forgiveness, repent, turn away from that sin, and just know that God still has big plans for you and can still do powerful things in your life and through you. Thanks. Have a good day.